Carpetbagger and Jen here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we're in Fargo, North Dakota.
It's very north.
We wound up here last night after our troll hunt. We had to find the last troll arm here in
I was showing an arm.
North Dakota.
The sidekick. It's very, very cold here in Fargo.
It's a little chill. It was nice last night now that I think about it, but yeah, it's a little chillier.
It's 47. It feels like
47
34.
doesn't seem that. It
feels like 34.
It's maybe a little windy.
That still doesn't sound that cold. Like back in Buffalo, like unless there was snow on the ground, you still wear sandals.
Has living in North Carolina made you weak?
Yeah, I've always aspired to be the person that wears a coat when it's 60. So maybe I'm on my way.
All right, so we are going to continue heading north. We're gonna try to maybe make it to the northernmost point this evening. I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way, but we'll just go where the road. We'll head north and go where the road takes us. So please follow us.
Yay!
But I think before we leave Fargo, we're gonna grab some lunch here at the Space Alien Bar and Grill, a restaurant themed after space aliens. See, it looks like they're playing football here out on the front of the building. So we gotta head through that portal. Space aliens all around us as we head in. And check out this. It's a hands-on alien from Uranus. Look at these guys here. Oh my goodness. There's some more aliens up there. Looks like they're chugging some drinks. The restaurant itself shaped like a giant UFO. This is our booth here. We sit amongst the different alien toys there. Oh, look at that. There is a little alien autopsy toy right there. Got all these different alien toys. And look at that, so we got our own personal alien here to sit with. This little octopus creature coming out of the egg. So we got our menu here. Let's see what we got, what sort of alien themed items. There's an outer space onion blossom, wings from Planet X, Martian munchies. Oh, it says here they have award-winning barbecue. Judged America's Best Ribs at the National Barbecue Convention Cook-Off in Memphis, Tennessee. Is that real? Did the alien restaurant from Fargo, North Dakota win a barbecue contest in Memphis? Alien, how are you doing? Oh, how's it going? Oh, you're gonna do a little dance for us? That's amazing. Oh, look at that. That is some good dancing. Oh, oh my gosh. Can we get a fist bump there? Oh my gosh. Do you want to fist bump the alien, Jen?
Oh, sure.
All right. Thank you so much, alien. It was a pleasure to meet you. It's a real alien.
I know. That's super exciting.
Okay, my spaceship salad has arrived. I guess it's kind of shaped like a UFO. And a little bit of French dressing there.
Meaning it's in a bowl?
Yeah, it's in a bowl. It's in a saucer, if you will. Where else can you enjoy a salad with a space octopus? Jen, look at that. You got the grilled cheese?
Yeah.
What's going on with it? It's got like
so much cheese.
Do they melt cheese on the top of it?
Yeah. And cheese inside.
And these are the outer space fries?
Yep. That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
My ribs are here as well. These award-winning Memphis ribs. Let's see if these are truly the greatest ribs in America.
What, the universe?
The universe? They're pretty good. I've probably had better ribs elsewhere in the United States, but they're pretty good. Especially for a UFO-themed restaurant. Jen, are you eating a grilled cheese sandwich with a knife and fork?
I don't know how to eat it.
It's too much cheese?
Well, I'm just cutting it in half.
Oh, okay. So is it good?
So far, this may be the best grilled cheese I've ever had.
Really? So it's got, okay, so it's a regular grilled cheese in the middle.
One has multiple cheese
and then they melt it, the multiple cheeses in the middle, and they melted another cheese like over top. It does look pretty good. So there are all my space bones. We have Queen Space Club here at the UFO Bar and Grill. How's your grilled cheese going?
It's very good, but I'm not going to finish.
No clean plate glove? I thought you said it was the best grilled cheese you ever had.
I'm going to finish this. I won't finish my space fries.
The outer space fries?
Yeah.
Filled up on cheese?
Yeah, I failed.
Over here they have the Bar from Mars where you can sit and have a drink. You can see the four-armed alien there shredding on the guitar. And there's another alien up there singing a tune. Yeah, some of the alien merchandise here really interesting. This is Blix, the baby alien. I don't know, you could buy Blix at one point. There's an alien in a Snow White coffin. Well, that one up there kind of reminds me of Mac from Mac and Me. Check this out. In the bathroom, the mirrors are these Space Invader arcade backs. Looks like we're crossing back into Minnesota. This gas station here called Ewing Oil, much like the TV show Dallas. Jen was really excited about Ewing Oil. And you asked for any souvenirs and they gave you an old candy bar sign?
Yeah! Because Bobby and JR now have sharing candy too.
We're headed into the fairgrounds here, although it doesn't look like the county fair is currently running. Okay, and here we have a road trip fail. Was trying to come over here to the Marshall County Historical Society Museum. It said they were open on their website. Said they were open on Google. Unfortunately, a little bit of digging to their Facebook page shows that they are not open until Memorial Day. So they actually have something really cool here that I wanted to see, but sadly does not look like we're going to get that opportunity to see that today. Because inside here they have a 1979 police car that was damaged by a UFO. A police car was patrolling in 1979. They saw a floating ball of light over the road, and the ball of light went through the police car, shattering the windows, causing damage to the car, bending the antennas, knocking the police officer unconscious. And when they found him, his watch and the car had both been stopped for 14 minutes, and no one has ever been able to determine what exactly happened, what happened to the car. The car was donated to the museum. It's either in this building or it's in this building right here. I tried to call to see if we could get some access. Unfortunately, there was no answer. These are the challenges of traveling. A lot of times museums will have online that they are open. That again, two listings. The website, Google, both said they were open. Double checked. That's not good enough. Got to triple check. The Facebook says that they are closed. So I don't know when the next time that I will be in this part of Minnesota, but definitely would like to come back and see the police car damaged by a UFO. Also next to the museum, this little pioneer town. The bank here on Pioneer Street. So yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I guess just in places like this further up north, when things stay cold much longer, attractions have a much shorter window of actually being open. If it was warm, we could stop by the saloon here. Any cowboys in that saloon? Oh, I do spot a mannequin bartender. Take a peek in the It's the hotel. See all those sheets? It looks like it's haunted. Oh, look. There's another mannequin behind the counter. I'll check you into the hotel, but you may never check out. Got some cool old buildings here, but it looks like they're all locked up. You got the old train station here. The old cabin. Here's a blacksmith shop over here. There's an old pile of broken millstones. Again, trying to make this a teaching moment. This is one of the reasons, a lot of people ask, when am I coming to this area? When am I coming to that area? Places like this, rural areas, especially rural areas that have colder weather, very short seasons on which their attractions are open. So it is difficult to get up places like this when things are open. Like I said, not sure when I'll be back here. Definitely want to come back here to check out that police car. We'll probably call ahead next time, and that's that's kind of one of the more foolproof ways to do it. If you're headed somewhere where it's maybe a little bit off season, maybe a smaller location like a county museum, it doesn't hurt to just pick up that phone and ask, are you open? If I come out that way, will someone be there? We didn't really go that far out of our way because we were already up in this area, headed towards the northernmost point. But I saw that this was here, and I'm like, oh man, I got to see that car. But alas, we will not be seeing that car today. Maybe in the future. It's the Elm Crest Motel. It says time to rest. Alaska, 2,479 miles. So I guess theoretically, if we were on our way to Alaska, this would be a good place to get some rest. We're not going to Alaska. Been driving for miles and miles through fields, and all of a sudden we come across this grand church. Looks to be a large music venue out here. Of course, no music occurring currently, but we got us a Muffler Man. Not holding anything, but I do see that he has a sick barbed wire tattoo there on his arm. That's pretty fun. Also, he has no feet. What happened to your feet, buddy? You'll lose your feet? We're in the small town of Carlstad, Minnesota, which calls itself the moose capital of the North. You can see in front of on top of the gas station there, rather. There's a tiny little moose. It's actually a full grocery store in here, and they have little moose heads for the aisle markers. And if you look over there at the water tower, there's a moose imprinted on the top. Must get a little snowy here. So we've got these selling these all-terrain tires here. I guess they're called Matrax. Look at that on the Jeep. Imagine cruising around with the top down on the Jeep with these sort of tires. Oh, look at this. These invisible tractors here with these Matrax tires. See the bus right there. And look at this. This Jeep has the tires. Maybe I should get some of these for my Equinox. I wonder if you can ride these like just on a regular road, or if it needs to be snowy and icy. You see the giant moose over here. Now apparently there used to be a sign where it said Moose Capital of the North over here, but we don't see that anymore. And Jen, you did a little research and you heard we were coming to the Moose Capital where we could see moose.
There was a thread from 2013 saying oh, there's no moose here. And then there's another one for 2018. We're like, we don't know where the moose went.
So it is the moose capital of the North, but all the moose left?
Yeah, there's no moose.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I hope we do see a moose at some point.
I know.
We haven't seen one yet.
Supposedly.
I saw when we were coming to the moose capital. I'm like, hey, that's probably a good place to see a moose. But apparently, you're not gonna see a moose.
Northwest Minnesota apparently doesn't have a very large moose population anymore, but northeast
Minnesota
may.
Okay.
And it's called Gunflint Trail. But I also looked at the reviews of that, and they were like, didn't see a moose.
I think just in general, it's just hard to see a moose in the wild.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we've seen one in Colorado. We saw a moose. I think I've seen 3 moose in the wild, 3 wild moose. But I hope we see another one.
I hope so. I want to see a boy moose.
A boy moose?
The antlers.
Yeah, you were just we saw the big female moose, but you
Which
said
is still cool, but they dwarf the female one or the male one.
So you want to see a big male moose like this?
Are they bucks even if they're moose?
I think they're bucks because moose are technically a deer.
Yeah.
They're the largest species of deer, I think.
Been staring in the woods, and I had.
Yeah, you thought we saw it. We had turned around, and it turned out they were just
deer, and I didn't know what kind of.
They were just deer.
But they were just like whitetail.
Whitetail deer. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled as we get ready to head into Canada. We are about 10 miles from the Canadian border, and look at that. Border open 8 a.m. to midnight. The border closes at midnight. So if we don't make it out of Canada by midnight, we are stuck there. We're stuck in Canada overnight. I didn't know that any of the borders ever closed, but here we are. Okay. Oh, this is a Canadian border 1/2 mile ahead. So there was no stop. We went through like a little fenced area. It said leaving the United States. Maybe the border's up. Maybe the checkpoint's up here. But there was nowhere to stop there. I guess there's a little building up here. I guess we just pull in up here. All right, here we are entering Manitoba, province of Manitoba. I don't know if I've ever been. I think this is the first time I've ever been.
A new province.
To Manitoba. Yeah, new province. This is the first home in Canada? Or the first home you see, not the first home that was ever built. All right, got the car switched over to kilometers while we're here in Canada for the next hour. Okay, we made it to Canada.
We're here.
It's a whole different country we're dealing with now.
Yeah, we're in Manitoba now.
So there was one gentleman at the border. I guess just one guy works there. I don't know. There might be more people there. There was like a little office, like a little fenced in area we crossed through, and then like a little hut that we checked in. I guess they locked the border at midnight, so we gotta
leave by midnight.
It is 5:30 right now, so we have to go to our location and be back in the good old U.S. of A. by before midnight, or we get locked inside
Canada,
inside the country of Canada.
Oh no. We saw 2 bears.
Yeah, we did see. I couldn't quite pull over, but right before we had the Canadian border, there was two little baby bears bouncing around in the woods.
It's like being back home.
I
was like, we're
come
driving
all the way up here to see bears.
The whole way, I'm like staring out the window. Like,
you're looking for moose?
Yeah, and I'm like, I saw an animal. Like I thought Jacob was gonna drive off the side of the road.
I saw an animal. Yeah. I mean, that can mean anything. That can mean like you saw a bird fly by, or.
But it was an excited I saw an animal.
Bears. I always want to see a bear.
Yeah.
So yeah, the guy was nice, I guess.
He was nice-ish.
Yeah, the border patrol. They always always act a little mean.
Yeah.
Because I think they're trying to like see if you'll like.
You'll get nervous.
If you'll get nervous, you're like, well, actually, well.
And it's funny. He's like, "Where you guys coming from?" He's like, "Whoa, we did this whole like looping.
Where you stay last night? It.
Fargo. Where are you going? Northernmost point to southernmost point." He was like,
he seemed unimpressed. I'm like, I told him like, oh, we're gonna drive to the northernmost point, then I'm gonna drive all the way down to Key West to the southernmost point. He's like, huh.
Oh, I thought he seemed like he thought you were crazy that you were doing.
Oh, I thought he just thought it was boring.
I thought he was just like eyebrows raised, like really. But he looked in our car and took the plate and everything.
Yeah.
And
for a few years, because I had that incident in Canada that once where they found the taser flashlight in my car, and well, after that would get
searched every time I went over the border. I think that I think my grace period has passed because I haven't had any problems in the last few years.
I was only searched once, and that was when I was like 19, and I had the
Well,
big boom, boom, boom in the back.
You were like,
I'm cool.
You were like blasting the speakers.
I wasn't blasting them. They asked me to like pop the trunk and stuff, and they saw it.
Your like system.
Yeah.
Well, you used to like drive. You grew up in Buffalo, so you'd like drive to Canada like for the evening, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
To go get dinner or
and
go get a haircut or
right. Actually, you used to go on the dating sites. I know a bunch of girls that like met guys. I know a girl that married a Canadian from meeting him on a dating site.
Canadians?
I mean, we went back and forth. I didn't date exclusively Canadians. I don't even think I ever dated a Canadian. I went on a date with a Canadian.
You went on a date with a Canadian?
Yeah, we crossed borders for it wasn't Tinder at the time, but for like a dating profile match. Yeah, it's pretty common actually.
All right, well, don't date any Canadians while we're here.
Okay.
Yeah, the fresh, quiet air of Canada. Okay, so we stopped here at the first convenience store in Canada. See if we can maybe get some Canadian snacks. Yeah, I see the Canadian snacks here. This is like traditional Canadian thing. You get the chips that are all dressed. They have onion, pepper, and vinegar on them. Then you get the, I really love the ketchup chips. These are sweet and spicy ketchup. Of course, it's written in French.
Oh, I thought there was more than one. Sorry.
Written in French as well. And then this is a crunchy ketchup Cheeto, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
You show the all dressed.
Yeah, I was showing the all dressed. Oh, what ketchup chips are those?
They're just like the store brand, but
Goldor.
I don't like kettle chips, so that's why.
Oh, so these are Miss Vicky's kettle chips. They do have the Lay's ketchup chips. I think I like the Lay's.
Yeah, I'll go with Lay's. I know I like those.
Yeah, there's a lot of varieties of ketchup chips here. The Ridgies, the Old Dutch ketchup chips.
All right, we got our Canadian snack. I feel like the Canadians like really love chips.
Oh my god.
There's like so many different kinds of potato chips.
Yeah. Last time we were in Canada, I had to order one of the ketchup Lay's on Amazon because I love them so much.
These are good. It's been a while since I've had these. Ketchup Cheetos.
It sounded weird.
You got a bunch of Kit Kats?
Yeah, I got 4 Kit Kats.
They're just Kit Kats though, right?
I mean, they're Kit Kats, but the chocolate's different.
Does it taste better?
It tastes more like Cadbury chocolate. And they're really, really good.
That is so good. It's like a really like tangy, vinegary.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I'm gonna try those Cheetos.
I'm kind of weirded out by the Cheetos, honestly.
Ketchup Cheetos. I like them better than regular Cheetos.
They're pretty good.
How come the Lay's doesn't have it written in French?
Wow. Is this?
Is it Cheetos?
Oh yeah, what Cheetos?
So yeah, the brand names aren't, but then it says crunchy and croquant, which I'm guessing means crunchy in French.
I still like those better.
Like these better? They're both good.
Yeah. Canadian snacks are amazing. And the fast food is better too.
Yeah, if you go to like McDonald's or anywhere like that, like the meat quality is better. Canadian, their laws try to encourage people to use local stuff, so they don't import stuff if they can get it in Canada.
Everything's like super fresh.
So yeah, everything's super fresh,
processed.
less processed. They have more rules about like how processed stuff can be.
And this guy next to us was just walking from his car with like 4 bags of chips too.
I wonder if people just come over the border right here just to get ketchup chips.
I've debated going over the border just to go to McDonald's.
Really?
So, yeah,
have you ever been over the
so
border
much
just to eat
better.
at McDonald's?
I went over just to get the Cadbury McFlurry
Really?
from McDonald's. Yeah, because that's only a Canadian thing. I debated when they had the Squishmallows Happy Meal just in Canada. I debated going over for that. But it's easy if you're in Buffalo.
Not really easy here.
No.
There's a town. It's like 10 miles from here, but it's very, very small. We've had nothing but very, very tiny towns for the last few hours.
Yeah.
It's a pretty rural area here. So you definitely want to get out of here before it gets too late. So now we've gone from driving the long, quiet roads of Minnesota to the long, quiet roads of Manitoba, Canada. What's that sign say there? It says, no hog factories in RM of Piney? I don't know what that means. I guess they don't want hog factories here. Been in Canada about 30 minutes and really seen very small signs of life. Just a house here or a house there. Other than that, just the great white wilderness. Okay, we're sidetracking a little bit. Jen wanted to go down to Moose Lake here.
Yay!
Let's take a peek here at Moose Lake. I don't know if we'll see any moose. I think that would be too easy. Oh, there is a lot of wildlife out here, though.
What's that noise?
It's a swan.
Oh.
Yeah, there's all these birds out.
I'm really scared.
And look at those. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. Look at those swans.
Ooh.
Okay, this is pretty gorgeous. Yeah, look at all these water birds out on the lake here. It's kind of haunting.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, the swan's there. Wow. I don't see any moose, but a lot of birds, and it's pretty beautiful out here, actually. The sign here specifically says, "Do not peel the bark off of birch trees." Is that a thing that people do? Yeah, see the birch trees here. I guess people it's like a scab. People can't help but pick at it. You can see there how it kind of peels off a little bit. I guess people just can't resist the urge to rip that last little piece off, but you mustn't. You mustn't. Leave the birch trees alone. I guess this is like a little campground back in here. And look at this, as we drive around the lake, this half of the lake is still frozen. That's crazy. This part just hasn't thawed out yet. Oh yeah, you can see the flowing water over there where we were before. Guess all the ice been pushed this way. Yeah, probably not safe to walk across it, but yeah, a little slushy. This detour to Moose Lake may not have been the best idea, Jen.
No, I don't think it was a very good idea.
Okay, let's never talk of the shortcut again. Although the main road here is now gravel.
Yeah.
A sign there says northwest angle to the right. Yeah, there we go. It says northwest angle USA, 14 miles. Oh yeah, it says 10 miles to the U.S. border. Okay, so it says this is the U.S. border right here. We're in the middle of nowhere. I don't see. It says what? It says that. What's that say there? Welcome to the United States.
Yep.
You're entering the Northwest Angle, Minnesota. You must report to U.S. Customs Border Protection via video phone at Jim's Corner, 8 miles ahead. You must report to Canadian service via video phone before returning to Canada. Okay, so we got to go to Jim's Corner. Look at this sign here. Welcome to the United States. You are entering the Northwest Angle, Minnesota. Okay, let's find Jim's Corner. Oh man, it is so great to be back home in my home nation of the United States of America. And look at this. Here at the U.S. border, we have a Bigfoot crossing. Due to sightings of a creature resembling Bigfoot, this sign isn't posted for your safety. So we'll keep our eyes out for both a moose and for Bigfoot. Yeah, still driving and have not made it to Jim's Corner yet. So this is Jim's Corner, where we have to report
to U.S. Customs. I don't know why they call it Jim's Corner. I don't know who Jim is necessarily. Also here at the corner, we have a map of the northwest angle, which kind of gives you an idea of what is going on here. The shows the United States border there, cutting out this little part of what you'd think would be Canada and making it part of the United States. There is the Lake of the Woods here, and it's kind of a long story, but it was a geographical error that caused all of this to occur. So when they were drawing up the literal border between America and Canada, they actually used the wrong maps, or inaccurate maps, if you will. It says the map they used actually had like an inset, like in a map has like a when you see a big map, and then it like has like a little inset of a more specific portion that was covering up this part of the country. So they had to guess a little bit when they were trying to figure out. So they're really flying blind when drawing the border, and they made the Lake of the Woods. They incorporated that into the language that involved the border. Unfortunately, the way things were at the time, they thought that the Lake of the Woods was firmly in Minnesota, below the existing Canadian border. So they basically accidentally drew the line above the Canadian border, and the lake caused this little tiny sliver, a little tiny angle of the U.S. to get separated. So there's no way to get to this part of the USA that we are currently in. There's no way to get from this part of the USA to any other part of the USA. We are in Minnesota soil, but you cannot get to any other part of Minnesota or any other state without crossing into Canada, or by, I guess you could go through the lake, which I guess the lake is on America. So I think in the winter you can sometimes cross the lake if it's frozen all the way, or you could theoretically take a boat. But if you want to drive a car or walk, you have to cross through Canada, and that is what we have done today. Okay, so me and Jen have to check in here at Jim's Corner. I don't know. This is a telephone. Do we have to go inside? Oh, okay. We report our entry to Canada here. How do we dial it? Do we just pick it up? Is it ringing?
Yes.
It's ringing? There's something in there. Do we go in there?
It says, to continue in English, press 1, and I'm like...
Is there a 1?
There's no 1. It said or stay on the line.
Oh, okay.
But there's like a Sharpie thing here. It says press.
There's everything that says press, but there's no button?
Hello, I'm at
Jim's Corner,
and I'm here to report.
Jen's still on the phone. It's taking a minute. Okay, Jen, so how'd that go?
Oh, it was fine. She was really nice. She asked a bunch of questions that were on the passport about both of us. And then she said that the one call was sufficient since we're leaving tonight.
Okay. So I think we actually talked to Canada through that phone.
Yeah, you asked me who I was talking to. I'm like, I have no idea.
I think we got a little confused.
I don't know if it was Canada or the U.S.
So I think we were supposed to go in there and report to the U.S.
Oh.
And then that's for Canada. So I think you just got done talking to Canada, but she said that we're good.
Yeah. She gave me a number, and she said when we get back, then like done here since we're leaving tonight.
Yeah, we just explained we're going to be here for just a little bit. So.
Yeah. And I have a code.
You have a code to give to the board at the border?
Yeah, if they ask. She said they may not ask.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But I have it.
I think
so
we're good.
good.
I think we're good.
We are here legally.
I think so. I mean, we're American citizens. We're allowed to be here.
Oh, well, maybe since we drove, I don't know. But we're good, regardless.
We're
we
good?
can go see stuff and then just head out.
Okay. Okay, we still have not seen one sign of life here in the United States.
Nope.
There's a big owl in this tree over here. You see him? Big old owl. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, there he goes. He responded. There's some signs of human life here. Some vehicles. It's like a campground over here.
I see it.
Do you see it? So yeah, this is mostly just looks like a campground here. I know there's only 100 residents, U.S. residents, that live here in the Angle Inlet. And there, my friends, is the buoy. The northernmost point. See, the northernmost point, Contiguous, USA, Angle Inlet, Minnesota. This word, contiguous. I used to say continental USA because that's what I grew up hearing. But people in the comments section have let me know that it's contiguous, that continental doesn't exactly work because technically Alaska is on the same continent, making the continental USA all the states except Hawaii. But of all the contiguous United States, all the main 48 cluster that make up the majority of the U.S. population, this is the furthest that you can go north, right here to Angles Inlet, Minnesota. They've got a little lake fish on there, the symbol of Angles Inlet. And so with my hand, I lie it upon this buoy. And now begins the buoy to buoy road trip. This is the buoy at the southernmost tip of the contiguous United States of America. And there is a sister buoy at the southernmost point in the contiguous USA, that being in Key West, Florida. So the Key West, the Keys, Florida Keys are another islands cut off from the U.S. mainland, much like Angles Inlet is cut off from the rest of Minnesota. The Florida Keys cut off from the rest of Florida. So we are going to journey from this point, this northern point here. We're going to make our way all the way down to Key West for the southernmost point. Ooh, it is cold. My eyes were freezing there for a second. The northernmost point built on this nice concrete base because we're pretty much surrounded by a giant soggy mud puddle on all sides. So what do you think, Jen?
I am excited.
You excited?
Yeah.
Have you given the buoy a hug? I think this is officially the northern, not only the northernmost point of the U.S. I think this is the most north I've ever been physically.
Yeah, I looked up Prince Edward Island, and
Yeah, because that was
that
was probably the most north I've been, and that was Prince Edward Island. I think we're further north than Prince Edward Island. So I don't think I've been anywhere in Canada or the U.S. that's higher north than we are now. It's funny, we're actually like higher north than some different Canadian cities, aren't we?
Yeah.
What, like Toronto?
Yeah, we passed
Vancouver.
Yep. The ones I was getting. Yep. But I think it's funny. I'm freezing here, and then when I'm in Key West, I'll be like, I am melting. I am so hot. So it's going to be a very different experience. I won't be searching for moosies. I'll be searching for the chickens and iguanas.
Yeah,
so.
chickens and iguanas in Key West.
Yeah, and Walter. His name Walter? Not Walter. Who's Sailor Boy? Who's the haunted guy?
Robert
Where did I get Walter from? Robert the Doll.
Robert
That's
the Doll.
He's gonna break up with me just because of that.
I think you're probably gonna get cursed by Robert the Doll for calling him Walter the Doll.
That's fine. I mean, I'll embrace the curse. He looks okay.
Oh, you don't want to be cursed by Robert.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the buoy will.
I don't think there's any haunted dolls out here on Angles Inlet. I don't think there's any people. We have not seen another human.
No, there's no haunted dolls. It's just
since
we have haunted inlet.
A haunted inlet?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we made it here. It's definitely gotten so much colder.
It's so cold.
Since Fargo. We left Fargo this morning. And just pretty much.
It's sad that I'm like it's cold. We were in Fargo.
Yeah, Fargo.
It was cold in Fargo.
It's we're
over 4 hours away. We're way out west, so straight west this morning. So yeah, we've just been going north. I say straight west, I mean straight north. We've just been going north all day.
And now we go south.
Very chilly. Yeah, it's all, well, first we're going to go east.
Oh.
The goal from here is we're going to go east to Fort Kent, Maine, where US 1 begins, and the rest of the route will be taking US 1 down to Key West. Of course, US 1 starts at Fort Kent, Maine. That's a few days drive from here, so we're going to begin our journey. I think we will be pretty much weaving in and out of the US and Canada as we head eastward. But and then Jen may not be with me the whole way. She's got some appointments to get to. Not right now, but at some point I think you're gonna hop on a plane. And
eyes are watering.
Yeah, my eyes started like freezing while I was talking before. Are you bundling up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer once we get down to the Keys. So this is Young's Bay Resort. Guess again a hill campground there, and there's some single wide trailers and some double wide trailers back there. Those might be permanent residents of the angle. You can see, I guess they launch boats here. And then over here's another reporting station where you can call customs and let them know that you're here. I think we did it right. I'm not sure. We spoke to someone, and they said we were in the clear. So yeah, geese prints, like goose footprints all over the ground here. Yeah, pretty isolated place here. The northeast angle. Hey dear. Hey dear. What's he doing?
He's eating some crayons.
Hey dear. Oh. What's he looking at?
There's another one. He's looking at the other deer.
Right over there. Deer? Is there a deer up ahead of us in the road? There's a lot of deer out here.
Yeah.
Now it looks like the actual community is a few miles down here from the buoy. There's the J&M company. Looks like a general store. And then over here, we have the U.S. Post Office for Angle Inlet, Minnesota. This is the most northerly post office in the contiguous United States. This is a tiny post office. Not as tiny as the one in Ochope, Florida. I think that's the tiniest post office in the U.S. Well, let's see what their post office hours are. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So that is a pretty, not a lot of hours for the old post office here. And there are some residences alongside this road here. I mean, that's not one of them. That's like it's like a big shed. But there are people living out here. Come down here where there actually is a little neighborhood. Oh, there's a truck pulling out, so some signs of life over here. Some good U.S. citizens living in the far reaches of the United States. And look at this. I have a phone booth out here. Does this phone booth work? Is there a phone book? Oh, there is a phone book here. That is an actual fresh phone book. Very small phone book, but a phone book nonetheless. There's a dial tone. Can you hear that? It's a real payphone. Real United States payphone that works. It's ringing. It's ringing. You guys heard? Hello?
Oh, it's Jen. Jen, how did you get this? How did you get this number? Oh, well, it's good to hear from you. She's talking to me from right over there in the car. Oh, can you wave? Hello, can you hear? Can you hear me? Hey, Jen. All right, well, this actually gets incoming phone calls. It has been years and years since I've seen a phone booth that actually takes incoming phone calls. All right, love you, Jen. Bye. There's so many deer out here.
Hello, dear.
Hey, how are you?
You want some ketchup chips?
You like ketchup chips? No, he's a U.S. deer. He's not a Canadian deer.
Oh, that's true.
And here is the Angle Inlet School, the furthest north school in the contiguous United States. There's actually people in there. I don't know if they're having some sort of meeting. You know, parent-teacher conferences, AA meetings, something's going on in there. Yeah, they have their own school here, so the children do not need to leave the country in order to attend school. So a wonderful little community here, Angle Inlet, Minnesota. There's only one problem with Angle Inlet.
What's that?
They have no restaurants and they have no hotels.
No, we haven't found anything that was open, actually.
Yeah, so yeah, there's supposedly there is a restaurant, but it was clearly not open. It was over by the contiguous buoy.
Oh, yeah, that definitely wasn't open. Nothing was open.
So nothing was open. So yeah, and driving here from Canada, there was nothing in Canada. I mean, there were some stray like homes, and that was about it. So really, we haven't seen anything since we left the U.S. and re-entered the U.S. So
no,
I guess we're going to head back because it is coming up on 8:30, which I think is sunset tonight. And we got to get back to the U.S. before midnight because
that's when it closes.
The country turns into a pumpkin at that point. And we're no longer allowed to enter. So yeah, we're gonna head back, and I don't know where we're gonna. I don't know. We may be driving a little bit tonight because we basically got to find a hotel. We got to find something to eat for dinner. Maybe a little sparse. We'll see what we come up with.
Maybe we'll find a moose, not for dinner.
Moose.
Just to see.
I'm actually getting nervous. There's so many deer out. I'm getting afraid to drive at night. So we're gonna have to be really careful driving home that we don't get hit by a deer.
Yeah, they're extra cute here too. They're
really cute. They're really cute.
From being up
and they're
there.
They're not shy. Like you pull up to them and they just like look at the car.
Hello.
So yeah, we were really careful. We got to drive back. We're gonna drive back to Canada, through Canada, and back into
the US.
Mainland USA.
Yes, it'll be quite the adventure. Still,
I hope it's not too much of an adventure.
Oh, okay, it won't be an adventure. It'll be
hopefully we could find some dinner and
Monday.
Yeah, it is 8:30. Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
It's never ending.
We're gonna be stranded.
Probably.
There's the sign. We are crossing back into Manitoba, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
All right, and once again, coming up on the U.S. border here, getting ready to go through the checkpoint. It is almost 10 o'clock, so we made it through with 2 hours to spare. So we are back safely in the United States of America after our brief foray through Canada. We're on Minnesota soil again, and apparently that self-reporting U.S. Customs that we did was done completely improperly. We were informed by the U.S. border agent, who was a very nice gentleman, that we illegally entered the United States of America. He said, I understand you guys are U.S. citizens, but what you did there, we did not properly self-report. So I guess we'll use special warning to those going in. It's a little confusing because there is a booth.
Yes.
The phone outside, that's for Canada. That's for going back into Canada. That's the one we called. Jen got on the phone with them. And the lady apparently said, yeah, you're good. Go ahead. No, we weren't good. So
inside was the phone.
Yeah, we were supposed to go inside and use the video phone inside.
But there's also an app that you can just download and use. It's called CBP Roam.
We're not sponsored by this app, but that's what the guy told us, so we did it next time.
I would just do that because he said there's other points, like on the Canadian.
No, show me your other piece of paper.
Oh yeah, this is our warning that we've been issued. Warning. Official. You failed to report your arrival into the U.S. and have been found in violation of the following section of law. Sections, plural. He said we're 3. Number 1, 19 U.S.C. 1433A. Requirement to report the arrival of a vessel and for the master to the vessel and the master to present it and its occupants and merchandise for inspection. Number 19 U.S.C. 1433B. Requirement to report the arrival of a vehicle and for the person in charge to present its occupants and baggage for inspection. Number 3, 19 U.S.C. 1459A. In case you're keeping track of your book. Oh, there's one more. Requirement for all persons arriving by other than a vessel, vehicle, or aircraft to report their arrival and present themselves for inspection.
So basically, we didn't arrive and report ourselves for inspection.
So the potential penalties.
We got a warning. Hey, show them that it's.
Yeah, it's a warning.
It's a warning. We don't get a penalty. You said next time.
Yeah, but.
So what happens? What happens next time we?
Potential civil penalties as set forth. So like forward. $5,000 for first offense penalized, and the second offense or subsequent.
So if we get stopped, if we do that again, if we went and did this again, we would get a $5,000 fine.
Yes, and subsequent ones are $10,000.
To $10,000, $5,000 for the next one, and if we keep doing it, $10,000. We need to, Jen. We need to quit sneaking into the U.S.
After the $10,000, there's criminal penalties of a fine and possible imprisonment.
I think we just don't do it anymore. I think we do it the right way next time.
Maybe we just keep leveling up and see how high we can get.
Yeah, right.
Until we're in Canadian prison.
Don't do like Canadian. No, this is U.S.
Oh yeah, we'll be in U.S. prison.
See, this is the problem. You got confused with the countries. That's what got us into this mess.
Yeah.
In the first place, she's like, oh no, the lady said we were fine. We didn't need to do anything.
I asked the guy that number I got. I said I had a number.
He's like, that's Canadian. I don't even know.
He's like, you show that to them, or you owe. What do you say, $1,500 on the spot?
So what?
Like in
you
your
get
car,
the number? Okay. So if a Canadian stops you, like if you get stopped.
If
so you get
Mountie stops you.
If the Mountie stops you while you're going back through Canada.
Well, you're in Canada, I think.
Yeah. Well, we weren't in Canada, so we were traveling back through Canada. If we didn't have that number, and we got pulled over, then they can give us a fine. He said on the spot. He said they don't even let you you don't even get to leave.
Yes.
You have to pay the fine. So we were safe there. But
I feel like this would not be an issue for most times because you don't have to go in and out.
Yeah, I think there's very few. I don't know. He said there was more than one spot that required self-reporting.
Yeah.
This is one of the few spots on the U.S. border where you self-report your entrance.
We would have been okay if it wasn't for the in and out, I think, because you would just arrive to a booth and have to call one person, you know who you're calling, like I am leaving this, but we kept going boop 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 boop. So the number, yeah.
What's out? I didn't get that last part.
I mean, this is the only situation where you're going from U.S. to Canada.
Well, there's
other ones.
There's at least one other spot
that's
out in Washington.
Oh, I meant a longer trip.
On a longer trip, yeah. So I think for the rest of our trip, we're going through we will be going back into Canada. We'll be going through manned border stations.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be doing any more back roads Canadian entrance. I think we will be fine.
I think so.
So we're gonna try to see if we can grab some food, and then we are gonna try to grab us a hotel somewhere. So we parked right there. We're actually already in the parking lot of this hotel here, the Patch Hotel here in War Road, Minnesota. So I guess we're staying here tonight. Checked into the hotel, but we're having issues with food. Jen checked the restaurant next door, which was supposed to be open, but was already closed down. So we're seeing what we can find. Ran over here to the casino. Google says there may be a restaurant open here. Okay, so I think we're gonna See, there's a restaurant back here. I don't know if anyone is here or not. Let's see if it's open. It's Pucks and Pints. We've successfully located some food. I was getting really worried there for a second. We were worried we were going to be condemned to a gas station dinner.
Oh, like those sandwiches that are not very good.
Those are gross.
They're always like wet. I'm glad we have something not wet.
All right, but although that lady did not seem happy, I asked
she
if
was not happy.
I said, "Are you guys open?" She said, "Yeah."
No, she did not seem happy about that.
Yeah, it looks like this is a hockey-themed restaurant. I think we are the only people eating here. I feel a little bad coming in here, but the only other alternative was to starve to death. Okay, they put our food in to-go containers. I think they want us to eat really quick. I got a burger there. Jen's eating a BLT.
It's on berry bread.
Berry bread?
Yeah, I was going to
Like cranberries?
Well, it's really good, actually. Yeah. Oh, now you have all the cheese.
So definitely want to thank the Seven Clans Casino for rescuing us from a gas station dinner. Back of my car, completely coated in mud from driving through Canada. Yeah, look at that. You can barely make out my bumper stickers through the muck. The border agent couldn't read my license plate at first. I don't know. I kind of like this white streak of mud across the side of my car. I think it makes it look cool. This is how you tell that you're in a small town in northern Minnesota. They leave the doors open at night for the hotel, even though the clerk at the desk has gone home for the night. All right, pretty big room here. We got king bed and look at this couch.
It's a nice couch.
Yeah, a nice couch here.
It's really fluffy.
Too bad we're only going to be here for like 9 hours, but other than that, pretty nice room.
Yeah.
Well, what an adventure today was, Jen.
Yes.
We traveled through Canada. It's really like, it was very, very unpopulated when we went through Canada.
It was so rough.
The Minnesota-Canadian border is interesting because there's no major city nearby. I guess Winnipeg would be the nearest Canadian
It's a little west of
city,
where we
but
were.
it's west where we are. So really, like, I don't think a lot of people necessarily cross the Canadian border here. So you have these little border towns, but really they're kind of isolated. This town, like I said, we had trouble finding dinner. I looked to see if there was a McDonald's. There's no McDonald's in town.
No, there was a Dairy Queen.
There was a Dairy Queen, but it was closed. So we were pretty lucky that we slid in at the last minute and grabbed a little bit of food at the casino.
We had like a 20-minute window.
Yeah, or we were going to have to eat.
And then if we waited for the hotel, that would have been.
Yeah, so I checked into the hotel. We were going to eat next door, but they were closed. So we went to the casino and ate. And I came back, and the lady that checked me in was leaving the hotel. She was going home for the evening. So she leaves before midnight. So I'm lucky that I got that in time, or wouldn't have been able to stay at this hotel. We would have had to literally gone on to the next city. But yeah, so this is getting really late. This is probably like 11:30 by now, and all said and done. Got to get this video edited, and then we got to get up and get going. You ready? You like this, Jen? You like this lifestyle?
Yeah, I'm used to you.
You used to be?
Yeah.
This many days in a row with like...
I mean, I think this is easier than doing an amusement park every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's stop and go. I have time to
It's different.
break.
It's different.
I think this is less tolling on me, honestly.
Walking around a hot amusement park, yeah, I would say you are right.
Well,
that is the
too.
more difficult.
Yeah.
But
so I'm doing a lot better on this kind of road trip than I've been on like a full 12-hour walking nonstop running around day.
But it's just like places like this where everything's far apart. Like,
yeah,
it's like 2 or 3 hours in between each stop. It's kind of crazy. You like it? So you like the open road, the traveling through nowhere?
That's why I wanted to go to the north part with you.
Well, definitely.
I'm kind of more interested in seeing like the scenery and the country than attractions sometimes.
Yeah,
and then you have both on this kind
We
of
saw that
trip,
big
so.
owl today. That was
I
pretty
know!
cool.
And the bears, but I guess I can see those at home.
Yeah, we saw little bears in the woods, and there was deer everywhere. I was
Oh,
really
they were
scared about
cute.
driving back because I thought there would be deer. We didn't see any run out in the middle of the road when we were
We
driving
didn't
back.
really see any on the way back.
No,
The way there, they
no,
were
I didn't
all
see
over
any
the
at
place.
night, but they were running all over the place earlier in the day. So we got to get up, and we're gonna head eastward. I think we're gonna dip down a little back into Minnesota as we head towards the east, and we'll just take it as it goes. Probably gonna be some more driving through some more pretty unpopulated areas.
I like that stuff.
You like driving through nowhere?
Yeah.
All right.
I like the birch trees and all that stuff.
The birch tree. Yeah, it's really pretty, like all the birch trees, and it'd be really pretty to be able to see it in the springtime. I thought it already was springtime. It's still
everywhere.
pretty firmly winter here. What is it? April 20 something? April 20 something. But
I mean, that's how Buffalo is kind of. It's like Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems to be like here.
Yeah, like the museum was closed today, doesn't open until Memorial Day. So yeah, it's hard to get out to these parts of the country, when things are open. 'Cause they're only open for a short period of time. That couple, that little, 2 to 3 month span in the summertime when everything is open. So
yeah.
Anyway, so I think we're gonna try to get a little bit of rest and hit the road in the morning. If you guys like these videos, please subscribe. Travel around the country filming roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider Patreon, $3 or more, and get you a postcard once a month. No souvenirs available right now, not until Jen gets home.
No.
And but I am still doing messages on Cameo if you're interested in that. All those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's
In the
in
bag.
the bag.